Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name's Hayley and this is Hayley's Habitat, where right now we are doing a series on breastfeeding. This would be my fourth video on it. But today specifically what we're going to be talking about is how to get your family more comfortable with you breastfeeding or extended breastfeeding, because I'm sure we all know, or maybe some don't have to deal with it. But with people judging you and making you feel like you're doing something wrong and like you're hurting your child, when really, you're helping, you're not hurting. There's many beneficial factors to it, but we're going to be getting over that in a minute. But I hope that no one has to deal with their families or significant other or friends not being supportive, because breastfeeding is so hard and a support system is needed. It's a very, very difficult thing, and like I said, you just need a support system, and I'm sorry if you don't have that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get to it. And I think that if your family or if anyone has a problem with you breastfeeding, rather than being ugly, snapping at them like we want to, I know you do, I would say to just give them the facts. Who can argue with facts whenever facts are facts? Facts are the truth. So what I would start off with telling them, I've got my notes because Lord knows I have a terrible memory and I'm not going to be able to recite all this stuff. But I want to start off by saying that this video, I wanted to be completely honest. I haven't had to be ugly to anyone. I haven't had to really spout off facts to anyone. But people do constantly tell me to be careful breastfeeding, to make sure that I'm giving him food. He's gonna refuse food. Why am I doing this? I'm making it so hard on myself. Why wouldn't I just give him formula? Then anyone can feed him and he doesn't have to be dependent on me. But I like that. I love the bond that I have with my child from breastfeeding him, from nourishing him from my body. Is there anything more rewarding than that? I've felt so proud that my body's able to breastfeed him, that my body's able to produce him nutrition. That's just amazing. Okay, so like I said, let's go ahead and talk about facts. There are several different points I'm gonna get into. I'm looking at Jackson, he's being silly. Okay, well, first off, it contributes to their nutrition. It contributes to their health. Poor thing. Breastfeeding contributes to their intellectual development. What? Breastfeeding past infancy is normal. It is normal. Say it for the people in the back. Breastfeeding's normal, okay? Thank you. Okay, and the last thing, there are benefits to extended breastfeeding. There's benefits to breastfeeding. There's benefits to extended breastfeeding, if I could talk. I feel like this is a little bright. I'm gonna tone it down a notch, see if that helps. Okay, so yes, there are benefits to mom and baby for breastfeeding, which is just amazing. Okay, so let's start off by breastfeeding continues being a valuable source of nutrition and disease protection. I cannot speak. Breastfeeding is a valuable source of nutrition and it provides disease prevention. Why would you not want to do that? And the protection goes on for as long as you're breastfeeding. Guess what? It doesn't happen. The benefits don't stop at 1 year, like everyone wants to convince you of. It doesn't. It continues on, which is beautiful. Milk from a breastfeeding mama. Okay, so if a mom has been breastfeeding for over a year, it has significantly increased fat and energy content compared to a woman who's been lactating for less than a year, like me. Okay, I've been lactating for 9 months, 10 months on the 20th. So after I've been nursing for a year, it has more fat, keep him fuller longer, help him, well, maybe not, but it's good for him. We need fat. And increased energy, like that's amazing. Okay, now let's talk about a study. In Kenya, they did a study on 250 toddlers, and breast milk provided 32% of the energy intake needed. In the second year of breastfeeding, 448 milliliters wish how much ounces that was, but I don't, of milk provides 29% energy requirement. It provides 76% folate, 94% B12, 60% vitamin C, 43% protein, 36% calcium, and 75% vitamin A. What part of that is bad for your baby? None of it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Breastfeeding toddlers between 1 to 3 years has found to have the babies who are fed, between 1 to 3 years of age, they are found to have fewer illnesses or illnesses of shorter duration. Why? Because your antibodies are being passed off to your baby. You're helping strengthen their immune system. There's nothing wrong with that. That's beneficial. Antibodies are abundant in human milk, like I just said. Some immune factors in breast milk increase concentration during the second year. Like, these are all great things. Why do people try to belittle us? Like, if you hit them with the facts, how can they argue? They can't. This is from the World Health Organization. From the World Health Organization, a modest increase in breastfeeding could prevent up to 10% of all deaths in children under 5. That's insane. I did not know that until I started doing some research, and that's just crazy. Breastfeeding plays an underestimated role in treatment and prevention. Oh, goodness. In treatment and prevention in childhood illness. Children who breastfeed the longest have the greatest gains in IQ scores. So in other words, it helps improve their IQ because it helps their concentration. They can focus more. And I mean, just benefits. I can't help it. Breastfeeding breastfeeding helps social development because it is a warm and loving way to meet the needs of a toddler and some small children. And whenever we meet a child's dependency, or meeting a child's dependency needs is the key to helping that child achieve independence. Children who receive independence at their own pace feel more secure. So if we let children wean when they want to, that makes them feel a sense of dependency because they didn't get cut off. They didn't get restricted. I'm not saying anything is bad about that. I'm not trying to bash anything. I'm just trying to give facts. That's all I'm trying to do. That's why I'm reading off my piece of paper, like I said. And I'm sorry if this is a little bit all over the place. But feeding past infancy. The American Academy of Family Pediatrics recommend breastfeeding after 1, even though it's not the U.S. norm. It's not the cultural norm. Even though in other countries, the average is, I know some countries, they breastfeed up to 7 years and they encourage it, which is, I mean, that's just amazing. That would be a lot on your body, but that's amazing. But they say breastfeeding beyond infancy is the biological norm. That's what the babies know. That's what they know. Scientific research shows that 7 years of nursing is what children have been designed to want, to need, to expect. Benefits for mom. Let's talk about benefits to me, to you if you're breastfeeding. What do you get out of breastfeeding besides saving coin? Because you're not just spending $20 on formula. That's another thing. You are saving money, honey. And I can't argue with that. I love saving money. Don't you, Jackson? So, breastfeeding. The longer you breastfeed, the more reduced these risks are, okay? Reduce the risk of breast cancer. Are you kidding me? That breastfeeding can reduce the risk of cancer? Like, that's just mind-blowing. It reduced the risk of ovarian cancer. It protects against osteoporosis. It protects against rheumatoid arthritis, reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease, and many others, which that is just freaking amazing. And another thing that I want to say is whenever people say, why are you still breastfeeding? You know, that's weird, blah, 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 blah. First off, tell them our breasts were made to produce milk to feed our children. That's why we get milk, is to feed our children. Our breasts were not intended to be such sexual things like they are now. Now, whenever you see someone breastfeeding a child, people turn their nose up to that and, you know, shield their children's eyes. But then if a woman, let's say, has, you know, pasties on their breast and then they're wearing a see-through shirt, that would be okay. Why? Because their nipples are covered up? Like, I don't understand it. But in the end of the day, another question. Why is it normal to give a child another animal's milk, but it's weird to give them your milk? So it's okay to give them milk from an udder of a cow, but it's not normal for me to give my son milk from my breast, which is intended for him, which is causing all of these great benefits for him and for me. Tell me what I'm doing to hurt my child. Nothing. We should not have to be ashamed of breastfeeding our children. We should not have to. We shouldn't have to explain ourselves, but guess what? We do, because people don't understand. I can tell you that whenever I was pregnant, that's one of the things I wanted more than anything, was to breastfeed Jackson. And I'm so thankful and so happy that I'm able to. And the bond that I have from him is just amazing. And like I said, I just thank God for that, because it's just something I wanted so badly. It's okay, baby. I'm almost done. But yeah, it's not weird to breastfeed at all, is it? Say, I love it. Let me think if there's anything else. Yeah, don't be ashamed to breastfeed your baby. If people see something wrong with it, just explain to them, this is my child. I have my child's best interest in my heart. You know, I love this child more than I love anything in this world. So I promise you I'm not going to do anything to hurt them, you know, now or in the future. I don't want to hurt my child. I am doing what I feel is best for me and for my baby. Me personally, I have not yet decided if I want to let him self-wean or if I'm going to wean him myself. My original goal was 6 months. We made it to 6 months. Now it's 12 months. We're almost there. And then 18 months. And I'm sure people are going to disagree with that, but that's okay. But yeah, I haven't decided. I believe that I would love to let him wean himself. For the simple fact of what I told you. It creates a bigger independency, and I'm gonna miss the bond so much whenever he stops. There's literally days where, I mean, I'm just so at peace watching him drift to sleep nursing. Seeing that I can make him that comfortable, that calm, that everything. It's just amazing. And I couldn't ask for anything better. Well, this little guy is not feeling very well, so I'm actually going to nurse him right now and try to get him to go to sleep. But if you have any other recommendations of videos that you would like to see, please leave it below. And I hope she doesn't mind me mentioning her name. But Jalen Johnson, she's from a Healthy, Unhealthy Girl vlog. She is amazing. I love her videos. She's really sweet. And she always answers my obnoxiously annoying questions. So thank you, Jalen. But yeah, thank you for watching my video. Thank you if you've watched my other ones. I have truly been enjoying this so much. And if you have any other recommendations for any other videos, please leave them below. I might be making one more video related to breastfeeding, and then I'm going to move on to the other things that I want to do. But thank you so, so much, and I hope you have an amazing day, and just love on those babies. Give them lots of hugs and kisses. Say bye-bye. Thank you for watching.